Hey, welcome to Northumberland Zoo on YouTube. My name is Maxine and I work here. I'm super excited. I'm slightly in a rush. I'm trying to get down to the Snow Leopards. So I'm going to get to go in with them, not but in the house. And it's been ages since I've been in to see them, so I'm excited to see them. And obviously if it's been ages for me, it's been even longer for you. So we're going to go down and have a look at them and see how they're getting on. I've got some super cute Zoolife webcam footage to show you as well. But the keepers are just working down here at the moment, planting some more bamboo that we had donated the other day. So I'm just going to meet up with Ryan, one of the snow leopard keepers. Hello, how you getting on?
Yeah, not too bad. We're just digging some holes for some bamboos.
Saw that.
They're going to look lovely in there.
Yeah. So why are we wearing face masks in here?
These are one of the few animals seen in captivity that have been known to contract COVID from humans. So as an extra precaution, we're just going to do that to keep them safe. So snow leopards come from a really remote area as well. So they come from the Himalayas. So there's not much around there in the way of like people or other animals. They're used to very, very extreme conditions. So because of that, their immune system isn't as good as other animals can be. It's not as good as it could be to fight off this disease. So they can be a lot more susceptible to coronavirus. So because of that, we've got our masks to keep them nice and safe.
So if you haven't seen any videos before of the indoor snow leopard house, this is obviously a completely off-show bit that the cats constantly have access to. And we've designed this facility in such a way that if for whatever reason these two girls didn't get along in the future, we can completely separate them off. So this den here and that back den there is connected to the left-hand paddock, and it's connected by a tunnel. So this den isn't touching this one. And then this den connected to the on-show den, which is connected to that paddock. So it's two completely separated areas. So if these girls, for whatever reason, didn't get along, I mean, they're turning 5 this year and they're doing really well. So there's no reason why we should have to separate them, but at least we have the facilities if we need to. So the pair of them have got access to all these areas at all times, except for this one, because there's just no need for it. But this is just future-proofing, because this is actually like a cupping den where we can build a little cupping box in the future if we did ever get a breeding pair. But these two, Carly and Neva, don't have any recommendations to breed. They are actually part of the stud book, but because of their genetic condition that they were born with, Neva was born with her eyelid inside out. So she had to have about half a dozen operations as she was growing to kind of increase the size of her eyelid. So obviously it'd be really irresponsible to breed from an animal that has that kind of genetic condition. The snow leopard keepers who are going to talk to me through their training, because every year we've got to inject all of our cats on site with a vaccine, and it won't be long until we've got to inject the girls. So I want to learn a little bit more about the process.
Usually they're in the on-show den and we've got to bring them down individually. They're in quite a good routine of Carly knows that she's sort of the first one because she's more dominant. So she comes in first, Neva waits there. We bring her down here into the tunnel. First, Ryan had to add this big log in because it is quite a wide tunnel and those snow leopards aren't that wide. So we wanted to encourage them to be as close to the mesh as possible for us because the needles aren't that long. We've got a target stick, so they know that the sight of that tennis ball and the target means that we want them to go there, touch their nose. At first we were rewarding every single time. Now we just reward like every 3 or 5 times. So the next thing was getting them to lie down, because when they lie down, obviously the back legs sort of spread a bit more, and it meant that they were way more flush to the mesh. We just had to start feeding them low to the ground, as low as we could through the mesh. And then we introduced the hand signal and the saying down as well.
Down.
The next one was us actually starting to faff on with them. And obviously we don't touch them or go with them at all. So the first times we were doing it, they're like, what's going on? But sort of desensitizing them to those sort of touches. So I think we started off with just like touching them with a stick, and then we moved on to touching them. We had like a fake needle, which is just like a syringe with like a bit of wire, like sellotape to the top of it. And we sort of prodded them with that. It was obviously a bit of a finer touch. And then we started to sort of do a little scratching motion with them, quite similar to sort of a needle. Well done. And then after, it was about a few months after doing all this, just getting them really used to it, we did the saline solution. So that was obviously an actual injection, but it doesn't have any effect. So it was a good practice. And then the final step was obviously doing the real injection. So, and we managed to do that last year. It looks like we're going to be able to do it this year. Fingers crossed.
and we've just starting to do some dental work with them too. So with animals like these, seeing their teeth is quite important. It's something that they use on a daily basis, and they've got to have a really good set to get through, like, so the bones, the fur they eat. So us being able to check them is really important, because if they lose some of their teeth or they have cracks in them, they can get infections. We're slowly but surely trying to get them to do that. They're picking up little bits, they're opening them a little bit, but we would like to see a full mouth open.
There's various ways that you can train an open mouth technique with animals, and the snow leopards have been averse to every single one. So the best thing that the guys have found is to use a syringe of blood and to reward her as soon as she opens her mouth, and that's when you hear the clicker.
That was a good one.
So this is their paw station, where we're currently trying to get them to jump up to present their claws to us. So again, with their teeth, their claws are really important to check them, make sure they've not got any chips or splits in them too, because that could be causing them a bit of pain, and it could be something that could again lead to infection. So their favourite reward is definitely venison. We have tried them on goat's milk before, but they kind of splat it around their face and make a bit of a mess with it, so they're not too keen on that. They will do it for rabbit as well. They won't do it for pheasant. They are not big fans of pheasant. It's not one of their favourite things to eat. So we have tried using legs for them, and they just spit them on the floor, and we have to go clean them up later. So our go-to is definitely the venison.
They're going to be so buzzing with the venison. I'm so glad we got loads.
Neva, what are you doing? Are you gonna get some food? She's like,
you
you
look so
don't see
scared
me.
for?
She's like, you don't see me. So who's this?
Neva. So I think she's a bit on edge because she knows that she's not had anything yet. So yeah, she'll make way for the dominant one.
We're not supposed to have favourites, but they definitely are high up on my list. As I say, yeah, a lot of it is due to how great they are as individuals. Like, this is just something great that we can do right here. The fact that she can just kind of sit here so nicely with us being so close is really good. It shows that she obviously trusts us and that she's got a nice bond with us keepers. Whereas with other other cats, they can be quite food aggressive, they can be a bit hissy, but it just shows here that the trust that she has in us and how calm of a nature she is and how good she is to work with.
I really like doing the training with them. It's really nice being able to be like proper close quarters with them and have that one-on-one time with them, really getting to know the personalities, and obviously training them to do these really useful behaviours is really good. That and obviously all the enrichment is quite fun because you've got to be quite creative working out how you can fill their day.
I mean, food enrichment is always a hit. They do love the feed poles. We put them in. They absolutely love climbing to the top of them, and then sometimes they'll even just climb them just to have a nice view around. They're terrible with sacks. Any sack, paper sack, Hessian sack. They're just not as ferocious as other big cats. If you give it to like a tiger, they'll shred it in seconds, whereas these two just look to try and methodically unwrap it like a present.
I know they love cabbages, don't they?
To be honest, they've gone off them.
Oh, they've got it too much.
It sounds like it's a shame, but I'm secretly very happy inside because it's a nightmare to clean off the paddock. They get it absolutely everywhere. But no, when they were young, they absolutely loved cabbages. Cabbages and lettuces, it looked like an absolute party had gone in there. They set off like some confetti cannon. It was everywhere. But nowadays, no, they've kind of mellowed out with the cabbage. Should definitely try and give them some more someday soon, but I'll only do it when I'm not on it the next day.
A tiny bit.
So if you had to describe Carly's personality in one word, what would it be?
Grumpy. No, she's not grumpy all the time, but she's just greedy, maybe is the better one to say, because she's just all about her food. Whereas I'd say Neva's more playful, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so calm and gentle and sweet, aren't they? You know, and I think it's really, really easy to kind of think that it would be really It would be okay to go in with these guys because they seem really soft and nice, and especially when they're rolling around on their back and looking very, very cute. But these are incredibly dangerous animals. I mean, they're only weighing about 34 kilos, 35 kilos at the minute. So, I mean, they're not huge, but they certainly could cause a lot of damage. So for that reason, we always work in protected contact with them. So look at this, what is going on here?
She's determined not to get any of the fluff in her mouth.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wicked, cool.
Lovely.
Well, thank you so much, Callum.
No worries.
And thanks again to Ryan as well for this really nice little behind the scenes sneak peek of our snow leopards. I want to leave you with this amazing compilation of all these Zoolife clips that people like you have collected on the Zoolife webcams. And if you haven't seen the webcams already, I'll put the link in the description, and you just need to download the Northumberland Zoo app to watch our snow leopards live 24 hours a day. I hope you enjoyed that little update, and if you haven't done already, please do remember to subscribe to the Northumberland Zoo YouTube channel and like this video, and we'll see you next week. Neva's like, yep, come back next week.
So is this new target state?